Against Gervonta Davis? I don't know. I mean, it would be very interesting, very compelling, but I wouldn't be worried about Gervonta Davis getting knocked out.
But you fought basketball players, you fought strikers in the UFC, you fought a 50-year-old, Mike Tyson. Yeah, the money was there, but it wasn't the toughest matches in the world. Why'd you pick those fights? Because you could make money without it being much of a risk.
So as you sit here right now, you're 30-0, 28 knockouts, clearly one of the top 5 fighters on the planet, if not number 1 in a lot of people's eyes. That's what we say about Tank Davis. How do you feel about you, where you are at right now in your career, pound for pound?
I mean, I can't really say. I just gotta, I'm the type of guy that, I really don't really pay attention to that because I'm still in the mix. So I just gotta keep my head grounded, stay grounded and just. My whole goal was always to go out there and put on a great performance, every night,
Stephen A. Smith has officially stormed into the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis conversation. Loud, fiery, and completely unfiltered. His trademark energy on full display as he tore into the matchup without holding a single thing back.
Punch, he's a knockout artist. He can box. He's not given enough credit for it, okay? He closes. He finishes. Once he smells blood, he's like a shark in blood-infested waters, Molly. He will finish you, okay? The time has arrived for us to stand down and to start giving Gervonta Davis the love and respect that he deserves. This brother is a...
He kicked things off with that signature fire, declaring, Jake Paul, respect the grind. But don't confuse courage with experience before driving the point home with. Gervonta Davis hits like a meteor. This isn't some sparring session. This is life-changing.
The hype at this particular moment in time. Now, I'll give Jake Paul credit for this. At least he's in the ring with a boxer. And that's fine. It's a money fight. I get you, and you want to make money. But at some point in time, if you keep telling us that you're taking boxing seriously and you want to be recognized as a big-time boxer / fighter, you're going to have to fight somebody who is a contender at the very least in the sport and who lives with it every single day. Could you please get in the ring with somebody? Pretty please with sugar on top. I'm interested.
Breaking it down with his trademark intensity, Stephen A. warned, size only buys you so much time. Once Tank finds you, the lights go out. He tore into their styles, pointing out how Jake still moves awkwardly for a so-called natural fighter, while Tank is a born assassin, sharp, explosive, and precise enough to make you pay dearly for even a single mistake.
Actually, internally, I'm the most scared going into a fight that I've actually ever been, because I know how good these people are that I'm sparring, and being able to see how good they are and knowing how good Tank is. It's actually going to be my toughest test.
Wrapping it up with pure Stephen A. flair, he nailed the stakes perfectly. If Jake wins, he becomes a global phenomenon. But if he loses, it could expose the ceiling of influencer boxing. It was classic Stephen A. Loud, dramatic, hilarious, and dead serious all at once. And just as his fiery take set the internet ablaze, Jake Paul fired back on TMZ Sports, sounding like a man caught between confidence and quiet fear. And honestly, that's the most dangerous kind of fighter to watch. You could hear it in his voice.
Yeah, no, we have world champions. Raymond Ford in the 130-pound weight class. We got Montana Lovin. Shakur Stevenson is coming in this week. So just sparring against guys on their level and people who have, been doing this their whole entire lives. But we're really focusing on speed and not as much on power. I'm not doing as much weightlifting and all of that stuff. I'm actually trying to lose some.
Yeah, I'm scared, but I'm still coming for Tank, Jake admitted, his voice cracking with a mix of nerves and fire. That's not fear, that's adrenaline with Wi-Fi. And honestly, he wasn't kidding. The man's bringing in Shakur Stevenson for sparring Raymond Ford, Montana Love. Jake's basically assembling his own mini Avengers squad just to get ready for Gervonta Davis. And that's wild, because Tank isn't the kind of fighter who just tests your chin. He tests your soul.
In the sport to be able to compete at this level and to be able to hang in there with these guys. But I do believe that I have the power and the offense to be able to walk Tank into a knockout like I've done with other opponents and set them up for it. And so I am fully confident in my ability, and I think it would be one of the craziest upsets in a long time.
Jake's out here talking about dropping muscle for more speed. That's real commitment. My guy's treating this fight like a Fast and Furious reboot. Less horsepower, more torque. But when he admitted this is his toughest test yet, the kind that keeps him up at night, you could feel it. He knows exactly what he's stepping into. This isn't another influencer showdown. This is Jake Paul staring down one of the most dangerous men in boxing history and saying, "Let's dance." And love him or hate him, you can't deny it. If he actually beats Gervonta Davis, it won't just break the internet, it'll delete it.
And now switching gears, and Tank has a big fight coming up with Jake Paul. Jake Paul is like a heavyweight, Tank's a lightweight. How does he adjust to that weight? How do you see the fight playing out?
I can't give up too much, but we're gonna cross that bridge when we get to it.
Definitely. So you're not worried about his power or his height or anything like that?
Not at all. It's three ways you can skin a cat. You know what I mean?
Right after Jake strutted out of TMZ bragging about Shakur sparring, muscle cuts, and Netflix money moves, Coach Kenny Ellis stepped in, calm as a preacher, sharp as a scalpel. And suddenly, the whole narrative flipped. I love that Ellis is out here, giving back, handing out backpacks, building kids up. But don't miss the subtext when he says he's not worried about Jake's height or power, then hits a no comment when asked about a knockout. That's not hesitation. That's confidence disguised as calm. The kind that says Tank doesn't talk about problems. He solved them.
All I do is train. When Tank call me, I'm in the camp. As far as the business side, I don't get into that.
There'll be lots of fans in attendance. Jake Paul's fans and Tank's fans.
For sure.
We look forward to see what happens.
It's gonna be an epic event, man. You don't want to miss it.
Yeah, you think it'll be a knockout?
No comment.
All right, we'll see what happens. We'll have to tune in.
Yeah, Jake's out here treating this like a physics experiment. More mass, more force. But Tank's camp? They're playing chess, not bench press. Here's my take. If Jake thinks size wins this fight, he's reading the wrong textbook. Tank's instincts, those unpredictable angles, that cold composure. You don't counter that with muscle. You get humbled by it. And when Ellis says we'll cross that bridge, that's not uncertainty. That's code for we built that bridge and we've already wired it to blow. This fight isn't just knockout potential. It's a setup full of trapdoors. And the real suspense is watching who steps on one first.
Paul is huge compared to Gervonta Davis. And two, Gervonta Davis don't even know what weight they fighting, D.
Maximum weight of 195 pounds for this exhibition.
It was 190.
The fight will be contested over 10 3-minute rounds.
I said it was 190.
The fight is 195 pounds, Tank, as you know.
Just when Coach Ellis had everyone calm and confident, Daniel Cormier stormed in like a wrecking ball, furious, unapologetic, and ready to burn the whole circus down. He called Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis an embarrassment to boxing, saying it felt like watching students turn in crayon drawings on exam day. Asterisk, how is this even allowed? Asterisk, he barked, and honestly, he had a point.
He didn't even know what weight they were fighting. Like, I thought it was bad, D. It was 195.
That was the craziest thing. That was the thing that stood out to me the most. Was that when they go, the rehydration limit or something is 195. And he goes, wait, I thought it was 190. Dean, that's bad. Because you know what that tells me? That tells me that even he recognizes that he's too big for.
Tank not even knowing the fight weight. That's like showing up to your own wedding and asking who's getting married. Jake's out here rewriting boxing's rule book while the commission just shrugs and lets chaos reign. DC said what everyone's been whispering. Boxing's losing its grip on logic. A 195-pound YouTuber fighting a 135-pound world champion isn't a matchup. It's a Marvel crossover no one asked for. But the madness is magnetic, and that's why we can't look away.
He'll probably get $10 million to fight Lamar Roach, and then he'll make $50 million with Jake Paul. It's hard to get, to that type of money to get away from it. It's really tempting,
Well, as a businessman and as somebody's got to prepare their future, I mean, I can't blame him, but it's not good for the sport. I think that is Gervonta Davis is a very good fighter. Like I said, he's one of my favorites. So I would hate to see him do that. But who am I to question somebody's money earning?
Then Abel Sanchez steps in, calm, wise, and grounded, and drops truth bombs like thunder after the storm. He said if it's an exhibition, it's a circus, and warned that chasing Netflix paydays over legacy could cost boxing its soul. But even in the criticism, he gave Tank his flowers, praising his survival-born instincts and predator timing, the kind of skill you don't learn on mitts, but in real chaos. He even admitted that not even Shakur Stevenson could outsmart Tank in the ring. Abel called Tank a chess player in a meat locker, unpredictable, lethal, and raw.
How do you like that fight playing out, Gervonta and Shakur? Who wins that fight, Abel?
I'm not gonna go against my man. I have to take Davis. I think he does things in there that we as coaches can't teach. He does things in there from the street. He does he's so calculating that I would have to take Davis.
And now, as we head toward fight night, it's clear this isn't just about punches. It's about pride, power, and perception. Jake's cutting muscle, building his Avengers squad, hyping his own myth like he's rewriting boxing itself. Meanwhile, Tank's the silent storm, waiting for that one opening to shut it all down.
I'm sure he got in a lot of fights with a lot of big guys, and he had to figure out a way to hold his own, and how he ducks and how he throws his punches. To me, it's similar of he got in a fight with a 6'3" guy, and he had to knock him out, and the only way to do it is to do that awkward things that he does, and I think that's why he's so effective. He knows how to prepare with the things that he's got. His mind seems to be working out.
You've got Stephen A. throwing flames, Cormier shouting logic, Ellis oozing confidence, and Abel grounding it all in respect for the sport. It's chaos, it's spectacle, and it might just be the defining clash of hype versus heart.